Right, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday informal relaxed videos. The Rotten Tomatoes score for The Rise of Skywalker has been revealed. Now, it's not just the Rotten Tomatoes one, because I do want to take a look at everything, and I also want to talk about Rotten Tomatoes just ever so briefly, because a lot of people instantly go, Rotten Tomatoes is not important, why are you talking about it? I'm only talking about it because other people talk about it, i.e. you guys, the audience do. Often people will combat like negative reviews by saying, yeah, but the audience score is this. So I'm using it actually just to kind of explain how, you know, you shouldn't really use Rotten Tomatoes that much. You know, it's not overly good for the audience score. And Critic Score is only as good as what you take stock in the critics, basically. But the audience score is an interesting one. Because the audience score, it only allows, this is really important to remember, because if you're looking at what the general public think of a film, Rotten Tomatoes actually isn't a good place to go, because Rotten Tomatoes only accepts verified audience reviews from people in America, from people that have purchased a film ticket through Fandango. So that's hardly representative of everyone that's seen the film. In fact, it's only representative of one market, which isn't, you know, it's not the be all and end all. So, yeah, I thought this would be interesting. So currently, the Metacritic, this is what I want to get on. The Metacritic is actually a very interesting one. Bearing in mind, Metacritic is considered to be a little bit more, I don't know, reputable than Rotten Tomatoes. So I do find this to be interesting. I'm not doing this, I've shat on this movie plenty enough. I'm not doing this to crap on the movie, alright? Incidentally, ladies and gentlemen, Pickled Snoke, I have t-shirts of them on my Teespring store, linked underneath this video. You asked for Pickled Snoke shirts? You've got Pickled Snoke t-shirts. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, in The Rise of Skywalker, there's literally pickled Snokes. Just floating about in jars. So here you go, I've made a t-shirt of it. There you go, go buy one. But anyway, so the audience score currently sits at 77%, right? Now that is, yeah, not a very good score. I wouldn't say it's bad. 77% is, yeah, pretty decent, to be honest. The average is a 3.9 out of 5 with 24,000 reviews. Now I'm fairly certain the majority of these are probably from people in the States. Because again, verified audience score is actually 86%. Again, remember, America, that's the state, that's all you can do with verified scores. That's the only way you can leave a verified user score. And that's the one which you see mainly, is the verified users, right? So the verified is 86%. And the normal one, just all current audience, is 77%. So the verified users is what's propping that up. So if you're looking at the difference, right? All audience is 77%, verified users is 86%. But if you can only leave a verified user score, if you are, and it's only open to Americans, because you can't buy movie tickets in other markets through Fandango. It's America. So you gotta think about this. There's a big disparity there, isn't there? So it's the verified users here which are actually propping up that score. So that's not representative of the rest of the world. It's only representative of one market, ladies and gents, America. And yeah, it's a large market, of course. But a movie can't make or break just on America. That's not how you make or break a movie. And in fact, this is bombed in China, as far as I'm aware. Now, the other interesting thing is when we look at Metacritic, right? And I've got Metacritic up here, which we'll take a look at in a second, because this has changed completely, actually. Metacritic at the time of this review, this article here, 305 positive reviews, 80 mixed, 252 negative, right? And this article was written 2 days ago. Bearing in mind, that's opening weekend, right? They've had more time to watch it now. Metacritic score. Oof. User score. 899 positive, 902 negative. So in literally 2 days, it has jumped well, it's more than doubled. It's far more than doubled. It's trebled the negative reviews easily. So, and it's lowered the score to sit at a 5. Which I guess is probably about right. I actually think Metacritic, so before you think I'm hating on it, I'm genuinely not, because I think there'll be absolutely people that love this film. But it's proving to be very divisive. And I think that Metacritic here proves itself to be a far more reputable source of aggregating reviews from both parties, actually. You know, even if you look, say, if you look at the critic scores, right? So, like Rotten Tomatoes, for instance, is not too bad for its critic scores. Critic scores are like, 58%, right? And it's probably gone down a little bit now. But if we look at, 54% or 54, that's not bad. Like, that's probably about right. It's very representative. The Metacritic score, so critics versus the user scores on this website actually tends to line up a lot more. So when you're looking at Rotten Tomatoes versus other aggregating websites, Metacritic is a far better gauge. It would appear that most of the critics on there, and also how Metacritic does their overall scores, it lines up much more representative of audience being in line with the critics' reaction. It's mixed on all accounts, basically. Like the meta score here from critics is mixed. Negative, not so much. Like, yeah, there's definitely negativity there, but they're more mixed than anything. And because there's so much disparity between positive and negative, or they're on par with one another, that's what then leads to a good halfway point. It's so mixed. So it's interesting. I think this movie will go down as just ultimately being incredibly divisive. I think you'll either love it or you'll hate it. But yeah, for all it's worth, it's been very, very interesting to see this movie develop and follow its progress. It's a very good case study on the fuckery of movies, I guess, in this day and age. I mean, so many leaks came out surrounding this film, which is only indicative of the people working on it not being satisfied by the production. Genuinely. That's the only reason why these leaks occur, is because people working on the film they just don't like it, and they don't care so much about it. They're not invested in what they're working in. Now, the box office totals for this film have been interesting. They've been coming in now. Obviously, they're not going to be fully done at time of recording this video, but they are interesting. So we'll take a look at them now as well. Okay, now obviously the final numbers are not in yet. They're not here. Okay, they're not all here, but this is what we've got so far. Alright, so Rise of Skywalker, we've got the domestic total, 90 million. We've got international, about 60 million. So reaching a total of about 150 million worldwide. Now, the overall, this is not going to be the actual total. We're still going to get some numbers coming in as of today, but if it doesn't reach 200 million, that's a problem for Disney, because this was actually estimated to be taking in like 200 million just domestics, just in America. So if it doesn't reach 200 million worldwide, that's probably going to be a problem, I think, for Disney. And that's, again, it's not hating. Don't shoot me. That's not hating at all. I think anyone with any sense can kind of work that out. And this is interesting because I predicted that this would this would take quite large sums of money. I didn't think it would make money necessarily in terms of net profit. I think gross profit, yeah, absolutely, but net actual profit, I don't think it would make a lot because there was a lot of reshoots and things. But this is interesting because I genuinely thought it would do better than this, and I still think it will. These are not the final numbers. They will be coming in more and more as this day progresses, but it's quite telling. And again, I think this is really indicative because it goes to show that Metacritic is on point. It's very, very mixed. It's a genuinely mixed bag. So these people here, these 902 people, they will be telling their friends not to watch it. These ones will be, but obviously there's a huge difference there. So there'll be people saying yes, go watch it. No, don't go watch it. So it's interesting stuff. What do you guys think, though? Let me know. down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. For those people that have been wondering what's happening to my Batman versus the Predator review, it's coming out. It's a complete story. It's coming out. But also, if you want to support the channel further and you want to rock some awesome merch, please do go check out that Pickled Snoke shirt. I think you'll love it. I'm very, very proud of that one. So go check it out. Anyway, guys, I've been Mr. H. Take care.